Hi, I'm Amita. Come write with me and check out my posts all about the insider tips into writing and the writing industry. You might want to check, and if you have already, you might want to look at my post again about, the 3 factors that determine whether you're going to be a successful writer or not. Today, we're going to talk about this very important question: why do you write? In my first post, as I explained to you already, that one of the 3 factors that determine whether you're going to be a successful writer or not actually is the market. The writing industry, the publishing industry, cannot guarantee you an income, cannot guarantee you success, cannot guarantee that you will even be published. Because there is no guarantee, what I keep telling my students and people that I mentor is that you need to have a real strong reason for why you want to write. I have that, and I will share it with you. But it's really important to kind of tune into that and see what it is about writing that draws you. Okay, so this question, why do I write, is one that you will come back to along your journey over the years. It isn't something that you will just ask once and then you will let it go. Many times you have to dig deep and you have to find that tenacity that we also spoke about in my first post. And we will have to find that tenacity in this question, why do I write? So the time that you spend daydreaming, to me, is a really important and precious time. It isn't something that is what conventional wisdom might say is a waste of time. I don't think so. I think there is a real purpose served by daydreaming. Many people who end up as writers or artists often used a lot of daydreaming in their childhood. That's just a fact, and I did. Now, I had quite a lonely childhood. I didn't have a very comfortable, easy childhood in the sense that I didn't feel, I didn't feel that sense of kind of deep connection or deep love coming from the people around me. Many of you might have experienced that as well. When you have a difficult relationship with your family, when you were a child, one of the things, you might retreat into many different things. It could be music, it could be art, it could be books, it could be friends, it could be many different things. But one of the things that is always there, that you can always retreat into, is actually your own head. So daydreaming, to me, books were there for me, and music was there, and certainly friends were as well. But one thing that I have always had that I can retreat into when I'm not feeling good about the environment that I'm in. I might be in a boring meeting that I have very, very, very low tolerance for boring meetings. It's very, very hard for me to sit there without kind of going, oh my God, I don't really understand why I'm here. So I find them excruciating. Because it could be a boring meeting, it could be something worse than that, and it could be something like loneliness, or it could be something where you don't feel like you can be yourself. When I have that, one of the things that I retreat into is fantasy or daydreaming. Now, daydreaming and fantasy, you might think, oh my God, what's the point of them? But actually, as a writer, they are crucial. They are so, so important. To me, it's the deepest connection you can have to yourself, to your own desires, to what you need. So in that sense, daydreaming and fantasy are really important to me. So why I write is the same reasons that I daydream, actually. It's where I can deal with things like anxiety, because I'm quite an anxious person. I have an anxious thought and it kind of just spirals if I don't watch it. So I have found ways to manage it where I can kind of stop and say, I can't let it spiral, or I exercise and that helps with my anxiety, or I journal and that helps. But one of the things that I do that really helps me with my anxiety is writing. So why do you write? Is it for your mental health? Is it for your well-being? Is it just something where you feel you're most authentic? That's really important, because I feel the most me, the most kind of whole when I'm writing. There's also, do you watch the clock when you're writing? What is it that, I do think one of the fundamental things we all have to ask ourselves is, what do I do where I can truly be myself, where I'm not watching the clock, where I'm not thinking, oh my gosh, I really just need to finish this now so I can get to the thing that I really want to do. What are those things? And I think they are sometimes the clue to what you should be doing in your life in one form or the other. So why do you write is an essential question, and I want you to really think about that. So your task for today is to get a notebook and get a pen. Try and do it with a notebook and pen if you can, instead of a computer. You don't have to ever come back to it or read it over again, but ask yourself why you write. Because if the answer is I write because I want success or I want money, then this isn't the easiest way. This isn't even the guaranteed way. Writing isn't the way to get those things. You might get them, and that might be brilliant, but it's certainly not the guaranteed way. So come back to the intrinsic motivation, the reason that you turn to writing, and really find out what those reasons are, because coming back to those again and again when you experience rejection or failure or setbacks might be a really useful thing. So if you enjoyed listening to me today, please do like, follow, subscribe, so that I can keep on providing you with content. And we will go on to talking about many things like writer's block and writing process and your motivation to write, and also many craft elements. Thank you.